Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. This here is the next guitar we're going to do on Mojo Shop Guitar. Look at this. It's a beautiful little red Strat style. And you can see it's just got a traditional trem on it. I mean, it's not much to it, but it does have a nice little color. Really is kind of pretty. Now, those fret markers there up the side, that is a sign of I have a guitar like that. That is a gee, I can't remember what it is now, but this one here is a Greg Bennett. You can barely see it, and you can see that that says an S up there, and that stands for Samick. And you can barely see it, but it says it is a Malibu. If I get out of maybe I get out of the shade. There we go. The camera was blocking the light. It is a Malibu. It's got a nice little knock on the side there. But it belongs to a customer. A guy named Trevor brought me this one. What a nice little guitar. We're going to go over it. We're going to give it some love. We're going to get it playing good. It needs some strings and stuff. But let's turn this one around real quick. Some stuff on the back that I'd like to show you. First of all, it's got the cutout in the back of the trem plate there. And it is recessed, which is something that's really nice. But it also has access to the screws here. And the nice thing about it is that you can float. It makes it easier to float the trem like that. But as you can see, the back of this thing, it's really got some nice color to it. It's got a little plate on the back there. This says the Signature Series. It has the serial number in it, and it is designed by Greg Bennett with Samick Music. So it's got a nice beefy little back plate on it. But it's got a nice little neck on it. And here you go. It does have some Grover tuners on there. Nice little set of Grovers on there. So it's a nice little guitar. But, you know, it needs a little bit of help. That's what we're here for. We're going to take this one and make it look real nice. What do you say if we get it over to the bench? Welcome to Mojo Shop Guitar, baby. Alright, here we got this one over at the bench. We can get started on this one right here. She sure is looking beautiful, though. I really do like that red color. It really looks nice. And it looks like my oh, there we go. It's green. It's white. It kind of changes. But yeah. The guitar I was thinking about was a lion. It's got a neck like a lion with the dots over on the side like that. That's what a lion does sometimes. But it sure is looking nice. See? Greg Bennett, Samick, and look at there, got some Grovers in the back. She's looking pretty good. But you know how we do. We're gonna get these strings off here, and we're gonna loosen them all up good. And we'll get started on this. You know, we'll get to take a little tension off the strings. Make sure everything's right. And we're going to get these strings off here. Well, these are kind of so wound up tight. Oh, that one's already got nothing on it. Okay. We got a little bit of tension off. We'll just go ahead and cut these now. Oh, she's going to be fine. Get her playing real nice. Let's get all these old dead strings off here. Some of these were barely on there. Alright, let's get these old strings off there. Yeah, this one's going to be a real nice one. We're going to get it all where she's supposed to be. A bit better than when it was brand new. All right, we're going to pitch those in the garbage, and we're going to shove these through. You know what? I am going to have to go ahead and take this back plate off right now. So we're going to go ahead and take that off there, and we're going to dig those strings out of there, and we'll be back. Okay, I just wanted to show you something right quick. See, I got one of the strings is still stuck in the trim. You know, how are we going to get that out? Well, I'll take this string right here, and we're going to jam it right through here, like that, and voila, there it comes out. Looky there. All right, got the strings out of it, the back plate off. Now, next thing we're gonna do, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the neck off of it. And where's my little trusty scrusty screwdriver here? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna lay this right straight flat down here. And we're just going to take these screws out. I wonder if it's going to say anything in the neck. There we go. It was a nice tight fit. Yep, it says OK 405 NOS. I don't know, something like that. It's got a little 7 on there or something. But that's about it on there. Let's see, what's the pocket say anything? No. Looks like at least there's a little bit of something underneath there, a little bit of silver. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to finish taking these screws out of the back here. Okay. Yeah, and we're going to have to drill that back out. Got a nice back plate, or a neck plate, I like that. But what have we here? Ugh. Can you see this? Let's zoom in. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Look at that. I don't know what that's from. It's got like some plastic junk right there or something. I don't know what that's from, but that's kind of nasty. But hey, that's the kind of stuff we find. We'll clean that up. Oh, it just folded apart. This thing's getting brittle. Maybe we'll have to just either glue that back together or just go with no little plastic piece here. I think that's probably what we'll do. We'll just go with no little plastic piece because we really, I mean, you know, it's nice to have that, but we really don't absolutely have to have it. So, let's take this neck plate and yuck. I think we'll wipe it off right now. Okay, let's zoom back up. We've seen enough of that. Okay. All right, I'm just going to wipe that neck plate off a little bit, and we're going to stick that right over here with the screws and everything like that. And we'll take this back plate, we'll stick that over. I like to keep things organized, things where they're supposed to be. All right, and we'll get that. We'll give that a wipe there. Make sure that's all nice and clean. All right, what do you guys want to do first? You want to take the body apart, or you want to take the neck apart? The body? Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to plug in my soldering iron. Got going, and I'll tell you what. We're going to go ahead and take this apart, and when I get it all taken apart, I'll be back. All right, well, we got the body all taken apart here. As you can see, it's got a big swimming pool cavity, which is always a nice thing, so you can basically put anything you want in this, you know, if you wanted to mod it. But we're not going to mod it, we're just getting it back to better than brand new. You see, it's had some shielding put in there, but they didn't shield the swimming pool, so I don't know what good that's going to do, but anyway, usually shielding's not going to be a problem for a beginner, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you can see it's got a nice little We're going to take this and we're going to polish it up and stuff, get it all nice and shiny. And you can see that we got the controls out of there. We got the pick guard out. And it's just got some El Cheapo pickups back there. But they look like they have had looks like the pole pieces are radiused a little bit, somewhat. So we're going to take a look at this. We're going to get all these pots cleaned up and stuff like that. And we're going to, let's see, no, the plastic is not still on this, but we'll take this all apart, buff it up, make it look real nice. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this neck apart. So we're going to take these tuners and stuff off here. So let's set this to the side. Okay. All right, we're setting it right there. And we're going to go ahead and just take the tuners off for this. And when we get done taking the tuners off, we'll be back. Alrighty, we got our neck all stripped down here. Got all the tuners out of there. It's a nice looking little neck, you know, nice and smooth on there. Got a scarf joint on the back there, you can see. And these came on there with the guitar, and I'm going to leave them on there. So I don't need to take them off. They're just, you know, little fret markers, make it easy for a beginner. But then it's got a nice little neck on it, and it doesn't feel like it needs a whole lot of work in the fret department. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to check this for flatness and see where we're at here. So let's get out our little floppy feeler gauge, which is right here. Boing, see? And we're just going to stick this in here. Let's see if we got any. Yes, we do have some relief. Yep, we're touching on the ends. So what we're going to do is we're going to tighten this up a little bit. And we're just going to take our, excuse me, we're going to tighten our truss rod just a little bit. And we'll give that a shot, see what that does. Yeah, see, I still got a little ways to go. We had to really kind of loosen this up. It had a little bit of a back bow in it. It had a crown in it, and it's supposed to be recessed. So we had to put it in the jig, and we had to kind of bend the neck back down some. Okay, so let's check this right here. Yeah, see, we're starting to close it up a little bit. And we're just trying to get it nice and flat. So we're going to keep tightening this up until we get it nice and flat. There we go. Yep, it's in there. Okay. I am going to keep turning this truss rod, and I'm going to get this as perfectly flat as I can get it. I'll be right back. Alrighty. We adjusted this truss rod up until we could get till this neck is perfectly flat. Now we're going to put this straight edge across here, and as you can see, I'm trying to put this feeler gauge under there, but it doesn't go. So that means that I have all the frets at exactly that same height. It's flat all the way across, and that's what we're trying to do. Okay, so we got it flat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get out our leveling beam. We're going to get out our black marker. We're going to tighten in a little bit. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take our marker, and we're going to make a little black line right across all the frets, just like that. We're going to put a little black line on there, okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to take our leveling beam here, and wipe it off a little bit. Has a little bit of really smooth sandpaper on there. It's like 600. And this is perfectly flat across here. And what we're going to do is we're going to run this across the top of this fretboard until we've removed all this black marker. And then when the black marker is gone, we know we've got it completely leveled. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up putting this all together, or putting this, marking up the frets and leveling it, and I'll be back and show you how it worked out. Alright, we got the fretboard nice and leveled out and stuff, and we got all the black markers off the frets, And now the next thing we gotta do is we gotta take our flat file and we're going to see, we flatten out the top of these frets. Now we're gonna make a nice little point on them with the top with this fret file here, and that just has a little groove in it right there that has a file. We basically just run it over the top of this until we get a nice little point on there, and you can kind of feel when it starts getting smooth and easy to do that you've gotten it, you know, all filed down. So what we got to do that, and then then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here and dress these fret ends just a little bit so they're nice and smooth. And when we get done with that, we'll be back. Okay, I wanted to kind of show you how we do these fret ends here and why we do them. See, when you rub your hand around here, you know, a lot of guitars, you rub your fingers up and down the thing, you can feel that it's a little bit sharp right along here. So these metal ends, see, the wood shrinks up a little bit, but the metal doesn't, and it'll stick out a little bit, and that's what we call fret sprout. And what we do is we take this little file right here, and we just kind of go over it, and we round over that fret real nice so that it's nice and smooth and it's not sticking out no more. Then when you rub your finger over there like that, it feels real nice and smooth. And we do that to every last one of these up and down each side. So I just thought I'd show you how we do that. We just, you know, kind of take this little file, and I just got this little jeweler's file, I guess you could say. And we just kind of go over that and just smooth out that where they cut it off there. You know, and it makes a world of difference. It just makes it nice and smooth, and when you run your finger across there, you can't feel a thing. So I'm going to continue to do this, and this takes a little while. This is, I might spend a half an hour doing all these little fret ends and getting them just right so they're nice and smooth them out and everything. So it takes a minute bit. So I'll be right back when I get done with it, okay? Alrighty. Now we got these frets all nice and smooth, and then you run your hand across there, you can't feel hardly nothing. Okay, across the top there too, the same. We got it nice and smooth. Went ahead and we sanded down these frets just a little bit with some 1500 just to start the polishing process, so we're taking some of the bigger scratches out of there. So it's real smooth. But the next thing we got to do is we're going to take this old piece of steel wool right here, and basically we're just going to rub this fretboard with it. And then we're smoothing out the fretboard, but we're also polishing these frets up. And we're going to get them real nice and shiny, as you can see there. It shines them up real nice. Can you see how nice and shiny that fret is? Look at that one there. See how that was not very shiny right there? You can't see, but that one there, that one's shiny. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to shine all these up real nice, get them all real nice and perky and clean and shiny. Alright, we got them frets all nice and shiny and polished, and we use the steel wool on the fretboard, and man, that thing's just like, oops, your finger slides right off it. But yeah, those frets are ooh smooth now. But we want to get this all cleaned up real nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take just a little bit of tissue here, and we're going to put a little bit of good old-fashioned rubbing alcohol on there. Just going to put a little on there, and we're going to clean this fretboard up. I said this once, I said it a million times. This alcohol cleans real good, and it dries up real quick so it doesn't soak the fretboard down, doesn't get the wood all wet. And it leaves the wood nice and dry. Let me put it that way. So for my next step, which is to hydrate this fretboard, it's going to make it that much easier because it's going to be nice and dry and clean and ready to go. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, for our next step, what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of coconut oil on this fretboard. See, we got it all nice and dried out and stuff. So we're going to put just a little bit on here. Spread just a little bit in between the frets on the wood there. My stupid dog, I swear, he's just... I start talking and he thinks it's somebody outside. He's definitely a member of the Dumb Dog Society. Alright, we're going to get some of this. See how we're spreading that in there real nice? I'm working it with my finger. I want to get it into all the cracks of the wood and stuff like that, you know. I'm not trying to force it under the fret though. I don't want to do that. I just want to get it on the wood and let it get some good love and some good hydration. And the coconut oil I like because it doesn't soak in. I'm not trying to soak this board down with a bunch of oil and stuff like that. You know, just want it to be hydrated and happy. So you can see we got it all nice and shined up there. Well, not shined up, but it's got oil on it. You know, we're gonna let that sit on there for half a second, and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a towel. We're just going to kind of wipe back and forth like this. So I don't want to force any of that into the frets again. So I'm kind of going this way on it. Okay. Back over it like that. Now that we've got the majority of it off, we can go ahead and wipe it down real good. And look at that. Look how nice and shiny that looks, how nice that is. It's not oily or, you know, anything like that. It's just nice and happy and hydrated. And it's going to go back in there. It's going to play nice. It's doing the things that a fretboard is supposed to do. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to clean up the tuners and stuff. Just kind of wipe them down. They don't usually need too much maintenance or anything like that. And we're going to clean things up real nice. And we're going to put the tuners back in the headstock here. So we'll be right back when we get that done. Well, alrighty, we got the tuners back in there. They're looking real good. There's a nice little set of Grovers in there. And we got everything else looking real good. The neck, look at that neck. Ooh, man, look how nice that fretboard looks. Ciao. Okay, we are all done with this neck. So we're going to set this aside. And got something to show you here. We went ahead and we polished out the body. Got it all buffed out. And I want you to look at that in the light there. I mean, there is absolutely nothing on this body. I mean, it is ooh clean. I mean, absolutely nothing. I mean, it is spotless and beautiful. But we're going to set this back over here. We got a nice shine on that, of course. And I think the next thing we're going to do is we are going to, first of all, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get this pick guard. We're going to get that taken apart. We're going to get it cleaned up. And we're going to decide what we're going to do. Maybe we won't even take it apart. Maybe we'll just clean up the pots and stuff like that. And we'll clean the plastic here, try to get that nice. Because it's really not that messed up. We'll pull the knobs off here. We'll get it all real nice and clean. Tell you what. How about I'll be back in a minute, okay? All right. We are back, and we got some progress on this pick guard here. We got it all cleaned up, shined up, got all the scratches out of it and stuff. And it looks like it turns from white to green. Look at that. Yeah. Anyway, we went ahead and we cleaned out all the pots. The pots were pretty sticky. They were, they're a little hard to turn. So we cleaned them out and we put some lube in there, and now they turn nice and free and easy. So that should give them, lots of good years of service. So we got, and we lubed the 5-way switch, so that goes back and forth real nice and easy. And we got this thing looking pretty dang good and shiny. It almost looks brand new. Only a couple of little tiny little scratches on it, but it didn't get played much. So we're just about ready to put this back in the body. So what we're going to do is we're going to get cleaned up here a little bit, and I'll be right back. All right, we are back, and we got this beautiful pick guard all set, ready to go. And we got this beautiful body. Look how shiny that sucker is. Yes, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to put these together. So, got to get this wire through here. That goes out to the jack. Get that so it's wound up a little bit, sticking out. Okay. All right. Cooperation would be nice. So we can't get through that little tiny hole down there. And we have some kind of a cluster going here. So let's try it one more time. Going? Is it going? It's going. Going. Hey, there it goes. Got it to go through. And then this one goes through right here. Right through that little hole. I'll go back down there. Okay, now we'll set this right down on there. All nice and looky there. All right, man, look at that. That really does look nice, doesn't it? Okay, we got some screws around here. Yep, right here. Let's get some screws in there. Line everything up to where it's supposed to be. Okay. All right. Look at our handy dandy little screwdriver here. Perfect. There's some screws. All right, let's get some more screws in here. I think I might have lost one of these, but I'm not sure. Yep, I lost one. It's around here someplace. We will find it. But for now, we're going to put in the ones that we do have. I'm going to go back and tighten these up a little bit. Try to get them down. I'm just trying to get them down there. Let's get the other screw if we can find her. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Yep. That'd be her. Alright, we're going to take our smaller screwdriver. Let's go put this one in. Okay. And we're going to go back and just give these a little snug. We got all the pots. All these are the pots. We got all the volume controls and everything all lubed up real nice and clean, so they're moving real nice and easy. Especially the volume, if that gets dirty real bad, then you won't get any sound at all out of your guitar. Okay, we got those on there real good. Check, check, check. All right, look at that. That's looking pretty snazzy. All right, let's see. We got our bridge here. We got our bridge all cleaned up and real nice and shiny. We're going to drop that in right down through there. And we got our bridge screws right over here. Go ahead and stick those in. And we'll start with one at each end here. There we go. Get that one in. This one in. All right. We're not going to put those all the way down, just getting them in. Okay. And we'll put the strap buttons on next. That one's a tight one. All right. And our strap buttons right here. Get one down here at this end. All right, and we'll take that on there by hand. Make sure, yep, good to go. turn this around for the other end. All right. And we'll go ahead and put that on too. All right, give it a check. Nice and tight. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Now we got to put the jack back on here, and we have to put the backs in the back here. So when we get done with that, we'll be back. Okay, thanks. Alrighty, we got the body all together here. Got everything tightened up on it, straightened up, everything straight. We have the neck all done. That means all we got to do is put these two back together. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our old trick here, where we just lay it over like this here. Okay, we're going to make sure that sucks down in there real nice. Okay, get the back plate on there, and get us the screw in there. Alright, we'll get those started. Okay. Just going to get them in there. Don't want to sink them down or nothing. Alright, there we go. Alright, now I'm going to take a big screwdriver. Just going to tighten these up. And see what I did is I went ahead and drilled the holes. I drilled the body out, the screw holes for the body, so that the screws go right straight through there. I don't want them screwing into the body first. Okay. Alright, let's check the front here. Make sure everything's looking good. We're all sucked down good. Everything's straight. Alright, we'll give it one more little tweak ski. Tighten it down. Oh, that's not tight. And then nice and tight. It's got to be tight, or it won't play right. Oh, that's tight now. Oh boy. Okay. Now that we got that on there, gotta do something that's real important. That is to check the neck angle, make sure we're gonna be alright. And those saddles gotta go down about a gazillion miles, so I think we're gonna be alright. Alright. Well, looky there, looky there. We got it all put back together. That is really looking nice and clean and shiny. And everything has been taken care of. The neck's all nice and smooth and everything like that. Oh, she's doing real good. Gotta keep her looking polished and shiny. Hey, what's that? Don't like that. All right. Look at that. Oh, it's so nice and clean. Oh, beautiful. Okay, let's get some other stuff taken care of. Oh, I forgot to put these screws down here a little bit. All right, we'll get that taken care of. We'll be right back. Alrighty, guess what? I think it's time to put some strings on this. So I think that's what we're going to do next. And I got some special strings for this. It's the first time we ever used these, but they are the rock and roll version of the 9 through 42 Ernie balls. So, you know, we're still using 9 through 42s, and they're still Ernie balls. Just I'm using a pair of these rock and roll ones. I thought I'd give these a whirl. So we'll go ahead and open these up. Alright. Alright, we'll start off with the big old number 42 here. Put that in there. Alright. You've seen us string up a guitar before. Well, maybe you haven't. But yep, that's it there. Okay, what we're gonna do is bring this down here, and let's see here, and we'll just on down here. Anyway, let's zoom in a little bit. Alright. Here we go. Alright. In the shot, yeah, remove this junk down here. Alright, there we are. We're in the shot. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. We take this string, we got it all running down here. We're going to take our finger, we're going to measure off. I go from this knuckle to the end of my finger. That's about how much I want, okay? Now I've got it pinched right there. That's where we're supposed to be. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and shove it through the hole here. If I can find it. There we go. Shove it through the hole right to where I got my finger there. And then I'm going to wrap it around the top of that right there. Okay? I wrapped it around the top of that post. And then I'm going to flip this up. And then I can go ahead and wind this up. And I'll go right around there just the way I want it, and I'll have just the right amount of string on there, just like I like it. That always works out just right. Right there. And then we take our little clippers here, and we just clip off the excess real nice and tight. And the thing that I like about this is when you clip these off real nice and tight in here, okay, and you go to stick this guitar in a gig bag or in a case, those little string ends are not going to poke out and tear up your case or your bag. So that's one reason why I clip those suckers right off there. Clip them off nice and tight. Okay, so you see me do one fret or one string. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, and I'll be right back. Alright, we got some strings on this bad dog. The show is looking good. Got the truss rod. I put the truss rod cover back on there because, well, what we do is we get the strings on here, then we tune it up, okay? And then I take my straight edge and I measure to see how much relief I have in the neck. So I don't want to go forward if I don't have any relief in the neck. So I'll get make sure I got the proper relief in the neck, and then I can go ahead and finish up, and then I can do the rest of the setup. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set the string height. And I got to get my little Allen wrench out here. I think that's the little tiny one right there. Yep. I'm going to turn these screws in until this string is right where I want. Okay. Wasn't too far off to begin with. I like it just a little bit lower than that, just a little bit. Okay. All right, so that's a little high still. Take down just a hair. And we'll do the same thing with the other side. We'll set that string height where we want it. That looks about right. And then we'll come over this side and we'll see where this one's sitting. A little bit high. So we'll set this one down just a little bit. Not a whole lot, and you want to make sure that you turn both of these so they're both equal distances. That looks about right. Check that string height. Down just a little bit, let it down just a little bit more. All right. Now we have established the string height for here and the string height for this side, okay? So what we're going to do now, is we're going to go ahead and radius these pole pieces right here, radius the strings. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take our radius tool here, and I'm pretty sure this is a 14-inch radius. Let's check it and make sure. Yep. So we're going to set this to 14 inches. So basically what we do is take our feeler gauge, and let me zoom in here. We're going to take our feeler gauge here, in our radius gauge, and we set that against the strings here. And then we basically just measure, you know, what's high, what's not. And we go across there until we got them just right. So I can automatically tell that this is high in the middle. So we're going to take these all down a little bit and bring them, maybe just bring them back up. So I'm going to get this right, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, folks. I have just went ahead and got her all finished up. We got, let me run over what we did here. I gotta keep her looking nice. Okay, here's what we did. We got her all tuned up, and we stretched the strings. We stretched the strings so that they will stay in tune. Okay, and then we made sure that we had got the string height right, and we radiused these strings here. We made sure that they were all nice and level, and they're the same roundness as everything else. Okay, and we set the pickup height, and we got everything just the way it's supposed to be, and boy, she sure is sounding good. Oh yeah, we set the intonation, and every last one of these notes is playing perfectly up and down the fretboard. Every last note's playing just the way it should be, and you can see how it sounds pretty good. Sounds real good. Just yeah, it sure does sound good. And all the notes are playing real nice. It's playing real nice and easy. It's got a real nice feel to it. Smoothing up and down the neck. I think this one's all ready to go. Take over here and give it a whirl. What do you say? But you know what? I've been working on this thing for better part of the day. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play it tomorrow. I'm getting a little tired. It's about 11:30 at night, so I'm gonna wrap this one up for today, and we'll come back tomorrow and we'll check it back over and make sure that everything is still where it's supposed to be. But sounds pretty good. It sounds real good. Okay, we're going to put it right here, and we're going to come back in the morning and see how she sounds. Alright, here we are. Look at her. She's looking beautiful. We got a little rock and roll music to play along to. She sure is looking good. Man, look at that. But it also sounds good too. What do you say? Yeah, she sounds good, don't she? Yeah, it sounds good. It plays nice and easy. It looks beautiful. Man, Trevor is gonna love this guitar. And he's just starting off playing, so I think it's gonna be a little bit easier for him to learn on this nice guitar that plays perfectly in tune up and down the neck. It's doing what a guitar is supposed to do. I mean, they don't come from the factory like this. You gotta bring them somebody like me who will get them just right. So I'm gonna say adios for now. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for making your comments. And just thanks for being a great, great audience. I appreciate it. And adios for now. From Mojo Shop Guitar, baby! Thank you for watching Mojo Shop Guitar. Please like and subscribe.